Hello and welcome to this challenge. In this episode, we are going to be building the Tic-Tac-Toe game. And a little explanation about this game is it is a box of nine. Let me just share my screen. Tic-Tac-Toe visual. So I can just share this so that you see what we are talking about. Yeah, so it's something similar to this. So where we have a series of like nine boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now you as the player, you and your opponent have to outsmart each other on who can match them in this format or in any other prescribed combination. So that's it. That's the background check for the game. And let's get started. Go back to my Android studio. So first things, we need to define our variables. And the variables I'm thinking we're going to use are a winner variable, like the one to check if someone is a winner, or the other one that if let's get started with that. So when winner, let's give this false, right? We don't have a winner yet. And then we also need another to check if it's X's turn to play. This is going to be our first player. And then I think we also need the move count. Set this to 0 so that it checks exactly how many moves have we made. This is going to be useful in the event we have a draw. You're going to see that. So let's start by having our boxes. So our boxes, if you see here, they have X and O's. So for our case, we are going to number them. And then now once a player plays, it now shifts from the number and then it replaces it with the shape of that user. So if it's an X, it is going to shift to an X. If it's an O, it shifts to an O. So let's start off with our list of string values. Let's call this values. We have one. So we need 9 boxes, so we're going to have 1 up until 9. The next thing is we are going to need to have the combinations of this. So let's picture this as being like a little box. Sorry. So let's try to find out the winning combinations. How would they look like? So let me just draw it out here. And 9. So I'm doing this to find out the winning combinations. In that, in a tic-tac-toe game, you can either win like this, like they follow each other in a row, like that, maybe in a column, as well as diagonally. So let's start off with this. So we'll call this variable our combinations. So what is the first winning combination here? It's going to be, since this is an array, so we have said you can win like this. So 1, 2, 3. So we will have the indexes as 0, 1, and 2, like, because 1 here is index 0, this index 1, and 3, 2. So we can start off with this. What other combination do we have? We can have diagonally. So this is going to be 0, 4, 8, right? 0, 4. Nice, and welcome back to creating our tic-tac-toe game. So, last time we left off from finding the winning combinations. Today I've built up on top of it, and we have two new functions. Our main function, which calls this generate board function, which is this one. So what this code does is that it just creates our board, and this is where we're going to be able to play and add all those things in there. So after this happens, after we create the board, the next thing that we anticipate to do is to ask the user to give us like the value that should start playing, or rather whether it's an X or an O. So we will need a function for this. Thinking we call it get X move character. Character, yeah, character is more precise. So whatever this will do is it's going to prompt each of the players to give us their playing character. So let's define the function. Void get next character. Not really sure if this is visible, but yeah, I think this should be more visible. Right? Yeah. So the next character. Let's get the input from the player. So to get the input, print choose number. So it goes to true. What we do, we give it X. Otherwise, he'll have to use an O right here. So the first player is going to use an X, or if it's false, then the other one is going to be the O in the game. Now, let us get the number that choose the number for X or O. So like by the number I mean which of these numbers, so yeah, let's get it. Int number is going to be equal to int dot pass stdin line sync. Get to close this. We'll go ahead and solve this bug later, or we could even choose it to be your example, but yeah. The next thing is change the value of the selected number. So as you know, we have our two players, X and O. So if you choose like number one, it should replace number one with your value. So we're just going to do values number minus one is equals to is extern Then now after this, we just changed the player turn. We say now it's the turn for O. So just to go as extern. So it was true before. Now we nullify it. Is next turn. Remember, this is the not symbol here. This. Welcome once again to this video. So in the last video, we were dealing with getting the input of the user. We didn't finish, but you can find the code in the GitHub repository provided, so you can just follow along. But today we are going to be tackling, now that our players are able to give us their values, we need to check whether the combination that they give is true or false for either player. So we'll first of all start off by doing, creating that function. So boolean check combination. It's going to return either true or false. So and it's going to take in a combination. And check for. Yeah, yeah. So now we are going to split the numbers in a list of integers. So have our list of integers like this, and let's call it numbers. And it's going to be combination, which is whatever is going to be given in the function dot split, and we're going to split it the commas. And once we do that, we're going to map this. So map, remember, is going through each and every one of those items. So we're going to map each item. Map each item. Yeah, like this. Is that correct? Yeah, that should work. And then now we're going to return that now. That whatever it is that we found as an integer. So return int first item. I don't know why there's an error here. Yeah. And then once we finish this, we are going to return it to a list. So that's why this is a challenge. Yep, that's it. Nice. So we're done with that. And now we need to have our match variable, which is also Boolean. And we'll set this to false. Right. And now we're going to have our for loop for. We have final item in our numbers array is what we've just created on top here. If values, if the index of that item matches what we're searching for, then what do? We say that it has matched. So match changes to true, right? Yeah. Otherwise, it's going to be false. And now, if it's false, we need to break out of this. If you remember our section on control flow. After all this, we need to return our match. Yeah, so that's either a true or false value. And you can see where this is going to come into play. Yeah, so that's it for this video. Hello and welcome to this video. This is the last video in this series, and in this video we are going to write our check winner function. So what this is going to do is it's going to check our winner, see if to see whatever it is that we wrote, if it works. So let's get started. We're going to call it void check winner, and it's going to take in a player, right? So it takes in a player, and for final item in our combinations list. Right. Yeah. So we're going to have a variable called combination validity. This is what is going to use our check combination function, the one that we created in the previous lesson. So it's going to check our combination, which is going to take in the item, and check for. It's going to take in our So you can see that's where that was coming from. Yeah. Now, if this is true, if combination with it, that means it is among the winning sequences, then uh, who, whoever did that has won. So we're going to print, and since we don't know whether it's X or no, we're just going to use the string interpolation. So $, actually, so $player. So whichever that player is the one who won. Yeah. Otherwise, so after the first one, we need to set the winner to true to end the game, right? And then I think we're gonna have to break out of it. Yeah, that should be it. Yeah, we break out of just checking this. So yeah, this is our tic-tac-toe game. You can follow along the code provided for you in the chat, but we have created all the functions individually. And yes, thank you so much. See you next time.